Liebe Freunde, wie ergeht es euch heute an diesem wunderbaren Tag? Ich bin natürlich euch liebender Love Giant. Willkommen zurück zu einem neuen Let's Play auf meinem Channel, und zwar Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy, die es momentan auf Steam käuflich zu erwerben gibt. Nachdem wir jetzt der Tomb Raider abgeschlossen haben, habe ich mir gedacht, okay, ist wieder eine kleine Spalte frei geworden auf meinem Channel, was Projekte angeht. Und was würde da besser reinpassen als Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney? Ich habe mir das Game heute auf Steam gegönnt. Ein Game übrigens, auf das ich schon immer, also zumindest seit kurzem, extrem Bock gehabt habe, es zu Let's Playen. Und jetzt, da es eben letzten Endes auch auf Steam, die Trilogie letzten Endes davon eben auch verfügbar ist, habe ich mir gedacht, ey, wunderbarer Zeitpunkt, das Game zu zocken. Ich habe gesehen, dass die Game Grumps unter anderem das Game natürlich auch gezockt haben, aber ich habe mir noch keine Let's Plays angeschaut, weil ich immer so dachte, okay, ich glaube bei Phoenix Wright, ich weiß grob, worum es geht, aber ich konnte mir nicht so wirklich vorstellen, wie letzten Endes das Gameplay letzten Endes ist. Deswegen wird es extrem interessant zu sehen sein. Und ich habe mir nie einen Let's Play angeschaut, weil ich so dachte, okay, wenn ich mir jetzt ein Let's Play anschaue, ist es bestimmt ziemlich spoilermäßig, weil es ist ja irgendwie so Crime-Solving, LA Noir-mäßig irgendwie gehalten. Und wenn man sich da eben dann letzten Endes Let's Plays anschaut, spoilert man sich schon einen extrem großen Teil des Games. Deswegen gehen wir komplett jungfräulich an die ganze Sache ran. Das Einzige, das ich mir angeschaut habe, war ein kurzer Teil eines Let's Plays. Und dann habe ich gedacht, okay, ich kaufe mir das Game direkt. Das war quasi das Tutorial-Level. Und da habe ich mir allerdings auch nicht alles dazu angeschaut. Für diejenigen, die Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney gar nicht kennen, schauen wir am besten natürlich einfach mal auf der Steam Store Page vorbei, denn da wird uns genauer geschildert, worum es hier überhaupt geht. Das Game hat ein Rating, Overall Rating von All Ratings von overwhelmingly positive 97, also das war Recent Reviews, 97% of 4,326 user reviews for this game are positive. Was extrem genial ist. Become Phoenix Wright and experience the thrill of battle as you fight to save your innocent clients in a court of law. Play all 14 episodes, spanning the first 3 games in one gorgeous collection. Wurde auch vor kurzem erst released, sehe ich gerade. Achso, ja, 2019, okay, ich dachte gerade schon. 9. April 2019 vom Capcom. Und momentan spiele ich ja auch Resident Evil 3 Remake. Oh, es ist genial. Und seit Resident Evil 2, dem Remake, wissen wir alle, Capcom ist, was AAA-Developer angeht, absolut ganz vorne mit dabei, ist das absolut geilste Developer-Studio. Und wir sind übrigens hier, es wurde getaggt als Visual Novel, Story-Rich, Detective und Mystery. Und gerade Story-Rich ist eine Sache, die mich natürlich extrem antörnt. Wir haben hier relativ wenig Informationen allerdings auf dem Game, über das Game. Wir haben allerdings einen Metacritic-Score von 80, was ebenfalls extrem genewt ist. Und wir haben hier About This Game, the classic Courtroom Adventure Series that has sold over 6.7 million copies worldwide, is finally here. Become Phoenix Wright and experience the thrill of the battle as you fight. Wissen wir ja alles. Solve the intriguing mysteries behind each case and witness the final truth for yourself. Klingt perfekt. Ich würde sagen, am besten, am meisten bekommt man über das Game mit, ist, wenn man aufmeint. Sollen wir in Options kurz reinschauen, dass hier auch alles passt. Habe ich vorhin allerdings schon alles eingestellt. Das heißt, das sollte eigentlich soweit passen. Was ist eigentlich hier? Textbox. Transparency. Achso, ja, das können wir auf Low halten. Ja, von mir aus. Okay. Gut. Ah ja, Backspace ist zurück. Was ein bisschen, muss ich noch dran gewöhnen. Ein bisschen. Aber okay. New Game. Dadurch bekommen wir am meisten mit über das Game. Okay, wir haben Ace Attorney, wir haben Justice for All und Trials and Tribulations. Ich denke mal, Ace Attorney müsste der erste Teil sein, deswegen rein in Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Und wir haben hier Episode 1, The First Turnabout. Play the First Turnabout, natürlich, deswegen habe ich drauf geklickt. Let's go! Und direkt schon ein Achievement. What a fine piece of art. Damn it! Why me? I can't get caught. Not like this. I've got to find someone to pin this on. Someone like him. Die Gruppe? Achso. I'll make it look like he did it. Okay, Major Spoiler schon direkt zu Beginn. August 3rd, 9:47 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. Wunderbar. Boy, am I nervous. Das werden wir dann. Right. Oh, yeah, Chef. Chief? Chef? Whew, I'm glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you. And your client as well. Thanks. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. A favor? You mean you knew the defendant before this case? Yes. Actually, I kind of owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out any way I can. The guy has a mohawk, though. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over! My life, everything, it's all over! Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah, it's him. Death, despair. Ooh! I'm gonna do it! I'm gonna die! It sounds like he wants to die. Yeah. But, really. We owe that guy our job? Alright. Nick! Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty that I'll tell them I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence, I ain't afraid to die. What? What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. Finished! I can't live in a world without her, I can't! Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Oh, Nick, you're gonna tell me who took my baby away? The person responsible for your girlfriend's death. The newspapers say it was you. Yeah, that's what the government tries to make you believe. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. Let's see. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy that they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butts. My best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say though, it's usually not his fault, he just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That and I owe him one, which is why I took the case, to clear his name. And that's just what I'm going to do! Oh yeah, big boy. August 3rd, 10 a.m., District Court, Courtroom Number 2. Schauen wir mal rein. Schöne Animation allerdings auch. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Pain. Von Final Fantasy X-2. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Ahem. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I'm a little nervous. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. Yes, Your Honor. Hands shaken, mom spaghetti, eyesight fading. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and consciously. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. Larry Butts. The defendant? Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor. Correct. Was hätte passiert, wenn ich das falsche genommen hätte? Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me what's the victim's name? Phew. I know this one. Glad I read the case report cover to cover so many times. It's... wait. Uh-oh. No way. I forgot. I'm drawing a total blank here. Wurde uns bisher noch nicht gesagt. Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name? Oh, the victim. Of course. I know the victim's name. I just forgot. Temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. Just press tab to check it at any time, okay? Das schon wir hätten raten müssen. Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you. Mr. Wright, who is the victim in this case? Loss of blood. Cindy. Okay. Cinderblock. Cindy Stone. The victim's name is Cindy Stone. Correct. Now tell me, what was the case of death? She died because she was hit with a blunt object. She was struck once by a blunt object. Smoke blunt every day. Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Thank you, Your Honor. Oh yeah, allerdings. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. Well then. First, a question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne? Yes, Your Honor. As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was? The murder weapon was this statue of the Thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim. I see. The court accepts it into evidence. Statue added to the court record. A statue in the shape of the Thinker. It's rather heavy. Okay, right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use tab to check the court record frequently. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness. Moment, schauen wir mal rein. No one would believe I was a defense attorney if I didn't carry this. Some of your profiles. Ah, okay. My boss is a very good defense attorney, a likable guy who has been my friend since grade school. The victim in this case, a model, she lived in an apartment by herself. And the prosecutor for this case lacks presence, generally bad at getting his points across. Klingt schon mal gut. Okay. Time of death, 7:31, 4 to 5 p.m. Cause of death, loss of blood due to blunt trauma. Oh, das haben wir. Können wir das nochmal genauer anschauen? Nee. Okay. The prosecution calls the defendant Mr. Butts to the stand. Chief, what do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Uh-oh. Larry gets excited easily. Wie wir vorhin auch mitbekommen haben. This could be bad. Allerdings. Slight twitch. Ahem. Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you? Hey, watch it, buddy! We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra, and Mark Anthony. Didn't they all die? I wasn't dumb. She just wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me, ever. What's it to you anyway? Mr. Butts, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder. What do you mean, one of them? Lies, all of it, lies. I don't believe a word of it. It's like, what's that guy called? Frickin' Alex Jones. There you go. This guy is putting chemicals in the water to get his freaking points gay. Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died. The victim apparently arrived home from Paris on 7:30, the day before the murder. Okay. Passport added to the court record. Indeed, she appears to have returned the day before the murder. Dude, no way. The victim was a model but did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies. Daddies? Sugar? Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle. Dude! We can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now? Right. I don't think you want him to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I wait and see what happens? Stop him from answering. Ich glaube in dem Fall stop him from answering, yeah. My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to this case. Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That's cheating, she-dog. I'm gonna die, I'm just gonna drop dead. Yeah, and when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm going to get to the bottom of this. Let's continue with the trial, shall we? I believe the accused motives is clear to everyone. That's quite. Oh boy, this is so not looking good. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? No. Well, did you or did you not? Well, maybe I did and maybe I didn't. Uh-oh, he went. What do I do? Hey, have him answer honestly, stop him from answering. Das wäre... Na gut, da das relevant ist, hätte ich gesagt... Answer honestly. I know. I'll send him a signal. Tell the truth. Yeah, I was there. I went. Hoffen wir, das war korrekt. Order. Well, Mr. Butts. Dude, chill. She wasn't home, man, so, like, I didn't see her. Your Honor, the defendant is lying. Lying? The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Butts is lying. Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness? The man who found the victim's body, just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime. Oh, ich sehe schon, wer es ist, ja. Order in the court! Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness. Yes, Your Honor. This is bad. On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Sawit to the stand. More like Frank Swit? Ah, yeah. Okay. Mr. Sawit, you sell newspaper subscriptions. Is this correct? Oh, yes. Newspapers, yes. Mr. Sawit, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. Witness account. Okay. Let's see. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. The victim apparently arrived from home. Das können wir bestimmt... Der Typ verplappert sich 100 Pro. Also wir merken uns, dass wir die Statue haben und den Passport. Okay. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. Wait, Moment. 1 p.m.? Das würde ich gern benutzen. Time of Death zwischen 4 und 5? Komm, das kann ich auch irgendwie benutzen. Hallo? The man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there. Achso, ich darf ihn nicht unterbrechen, glaube ich. Okay. Got him there. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that. Doch. Hiermit. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working? Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building. Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout? Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Miss Sawit used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your parcel. Electricity to Mrs. Stone's building was out from noon to 6 p.m. on the day of the crime. From noon to 6 p.m. Okay. Now, Mr. Wright. Yes. Yes, Your Honor. You may begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination, Your Honor. Was ist das, Solid Snake? Alright, right. This is it. The real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? Why, you exposed the lies in the testimony the witness just gave. Lies? What? He was lying? Your client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There is bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you have found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Okay. Open the court record with tab, then point out the contradictions in the testimony. Good. Ich weiß genau was. Cross-examination. Okay. Okay, my friend. Isn't the man leaving an apartment a common sight? I found it odd you would take notice of him. I don't know, he just seemed strange to me, that's all. Like he was mad and yet frightened at the same time, just like a criminal fleeing the scene of a crime. The defense requests that the witness refrain from conjecture. Of course. What the witness means is that the man he saw looked suspicious, so what happened next? I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Okay, Moment, da haben wir noch nix. Okay. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. Oh! Yeah, I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. Aber er ist gar nicht reingegangen. Hold it! The phone in her apartment wasn't working. Yes, I mean, no, it wasn't, right? But you said you didn't go into the apartment, did you? Oh, that? I can explain that. There was a cordless phone on a shelf in the entranceway. I reached inside and tried using that to call. And that phone wasn't working, correct? What happened next? I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. 1 p.m. Are you certain? Yes, absolutely. Kann ich ihm das zeigen? Nee. Okay. He seems really confident. Yes, und ich habe das hier. 1 p.m. Right. Doesn't that seem strange to you? Present some evidence to contradict him. Ja, will ich. Will ich? Hab ich vor. Bam. You found the body at 1 p.m. You're sure? Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death sometime after 4 p.m. There was nobody to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? Oh, that. Oh, what you got? This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time. After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Saweet, why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.? Gee, that's a really good question. Great job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. Beget. See through one and their whole story falls apart. Sehr gut. Wait, I remember now. Would you care to give your testimony again? Time of discovery. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh. But blackout? But it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. Blackout? Achso, danach wahrscheinlich. I see. You heard a voice saying the time on a taped program, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. Right. You know what to do. I've got this one. Damn right. Time of discovery. Okay. There was a voice saying the time was probably coming from the television. Ah ja, okay, ich kann auch wieder zurückgehen. Okay, perfekt. Okay, dafür muss er nicht reingehen. Das hätte er von außen hören können, aber... A video. Yes, that would explain why the time was wrong. True, true. Right. I think the problem lies someplace else. We agree that you heard at the time of the scene. Aber woher will er dann wissen, dass es 3 Stunden später war? It was 1 p.m. Oh, ups. Ja. Verdammt. Okay. Television. Are you sure the voice you heard said it was 1 p.m.? Yes, I can practically hear it now. It was quite clear. Mr. Payne, has the prosecution verified this testimony? My apologies, Your Honor. I, too, have only just learned that the witness heard at the time. Oh, I'm really sorry. I only remembered it just now. Moment. Schauen wir mal hier. Are you sure it was a television and not a radio? Well, no, I guess it might have been a radio. Incidentally, there was no radio on the premises. There was only one large television. Right. I kept my finger on it, but something about this seems fishy. Something about hearing the television. The witness has testified. Here at the time. You said heard, not saw. Yes, heard. All I saw was the body laying there. I didn't think to look at anything else, least of all my watch. Isn't that a little strange? So you're saying you heard something, but if you were too shocked by the body, you wouldn't hear anything at all. The witness did say he actually heard the time. It's ludicrous to suggest he wouldn't hear anything. I have to agree with the prosecution. Witness, continue your testimony. Okay. Dann wär's hier. Video. Ah, nee, Moment, das hatten wir ja gehabt. Ja. Ich weiß. Bam. Ah, nee, das hatten wir auch, ja. Ja. Aber wir können momentan noch nichts vorbringen. Ich dachte jetzt, dass wir hier was vorbringen können. Well, you just watch it. Not much point pressing him on that one, was there? Oh, Moment. Das hab ich gerade gesehen. Present? Blackout. This evidence clearly reveals the contradiction in that statement, Your Honor. How exactly are that evidence and the statement just not related? They aren't, are they? Not at all. Mr. Wright, please think the facts over before making accusations. Whoops. I don't think that won me any points with the judge. Oh, wir haben oben auch eine Live-Bar. Okay. Moment. Können wir hier das präsentieren? Bam. Your Honor, that statement contradicts the evidence. It does? I don't see anything contradictory. Oh, really? Objection overruled. Verdammt! That didn't go so well. Ne, das hatten wir. Moment. Aber 1 Uhr. Funktioniert das? Hold it right there. The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. And this record proves it. Also doch, okay. You couldn't have heard a television or a video. Gah! Hey, well, the defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Saweet? No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Quiet. Well, wait. I remember now. Mr. Saweet, the court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. That, and you seem rather distraught.
My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body.
Very well, Mr. Saweet. Let's hear your testimony once more, please. Okay. Hearing the time. Actually, I didn't hear the time, I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there?
Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim.
Das ist aber keine...
What? That must have been what I saw.
Okay, ja, da haben wir ihn auf jeden Fall. You saw a clock. I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Gladly. Easily. Giving the time. Yeah. I got this. I got this. Bam. Genau hier. The murder weapon.
Yes, the table clock that was used as a weapon. That's what I just said. Did you doze off in the middle of my testimony or something?
Something's fishy here. Yup. Bam. Bam. Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was the statue. Now how is this supposed to be a clock?
Gah! You with your objections and your evidence. You just...
Who do you think you are? Eigentlich waren es in dem Fall die von seiner Verteidigung, aber okay. Just answer the question, Mr. Saweet.
Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock.
Your Honor, if I may. Yes, Mr. Payne. As the witness stated, the statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time out loud. And it doesn't look like a clock. I submitted it as a statue. My apologies. Woher weiß denn so viel über die Statue? I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with this testimony now?
Yes.
Your Honor, there is a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment. You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Why the fuck you lying?
Oh yeah, prove it. Prove I went in there.
I'll do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard. Getting in there. Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Saweet, the sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time. What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture. Baseless? Just look at the witness's face.
No.
Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock?
That day, never. Look, the clock, I heard, no, I saw, Shut up, I hate you. It was him, I tell you. I saw him. He killed her and he should burn. Burn, give him death.
Ja, das gibt ihm definitiv ein paar Bonuspunkte hier im Gerichtshof. Order in the court, I say. Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims.
Mr. Wright.
Your Honor, you claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? The whole case is riding on this. I'd better think it through carefully. Your Honor, the sound Mr. Saweet heard was definitely this clock. A fact which is clear if you simplify. Try sounding the clock. Let's sound the clock now, here in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I asked the court to listen very carefully. I think it's 8:25. That certainly is a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker, after all. He thinks. So we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now? It's 11:25. As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Saweet heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Saweet, try to talk your way out of this one.
You forgot one thing.
Uh-oh. What's he talking about now?
While it may seem like that clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case.
He's right. How am I going to prove that?
Damn it.
I was so close. Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. Yes, Your Honor. This means I cannot let you indict the witness, unfortunately. This ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Saweet.
I come all the way down here to testify and look what happens. You treat me like a criminal, You lawyers are all slime.
I almost had him. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now. Not so fast, Mr. Saweet. Oh. Chief. Listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think. But, Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason and you'll have your proof. Right? Can you think of a reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow? 3 Stunden. Warum könnte die Uhr 3 Stunden zurück sein? 1 Stunde könnte ich mir vorstellen, Winter- und Sommerzeit. 3 Stunden. Wir haben keinen Beweis allerdings. Um die Spuren zu verwischen, kann ich mir vorstellen, dass er es zurückgedreht hat? Yes. Wait! Maybe I can prove it. You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, Wright. Find it and let them have it. Well, Mr. Wright, you said the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim? Of course. There is a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt.
Ha, tough words. Let's see you pull this one off.
Let's see this evidence that proves why the clock was running slow. Moment. Wegen dem Blackout. Yes. Excuse me. This proves your claim. How? I can't see what that evidence has to do with the clock. Duh. That wasn't it. One more chance. Give me just one more chance. Alright, Mr. Wright, but time is not on your side. Be quick about it. Let's see this evidence that proved... Ja, der Blackout, wenn es an... Obwohl, ne, das hat nichts mit einem Blackout zu tun. Stimmt ja, die Uhr läuft ja trotzdem weiter. Passport, natürlich. Klar. Ja. The victim had just returned from home abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Saweet? Or should I say, Mr. Did It? Nah, nailed it. Yup. Fatality. Order. Order, I say. Nailed it. Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness. He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. I have to say I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly and find the true culprit at the same time. Thank you, Your Honor. At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts, not guilty. Nice. Only in Japan. And with that, the court is adjourned. Okay. Whew. It turns out that Frank Saweet was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Saweet let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Saweet grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. August 3rd, 2:32 p.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 2. Woo, I still can't believe we won. Right, good job in there. Congratulations. Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. Not at all, not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note. I've never seen the Chief looking this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. Oh yeah. My life is over. Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Oh, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Good. Wait, no. I mean, bad. Larry, you're innocent. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. But my Cindy Windy's gone, man. Gone forever. Larry, she was a... Nah, never mind. Gold digger. Congratulations, Harry. Harry. Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts, innocent. No thanks. I really owe you this one. I won't forget this ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner, movie, my treat. Oh, no, I couldn't. Hey, I was the one... Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook. Oh, hey. Here, take this. It's a present. A present? For me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that... Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me. Really? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. Yo, Nick. Can you believe it? I was so into this chick. That chick. And she was just playing me for a fool. Don't that make you want to just cry? Girls just want to cry? Larry. Are you so sure? Excuse me? I think she thought quite a lot of you in her own way. Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me, okay? Oh, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right, Wright? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him? Huh? Oh, yeah, right. What the heck is she talking about? Ja, definitiv. Here you go, Larry. Proof.
It's okay, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll forget about it soon enough. Look, I'm gonna head home. Thanks a ton, eh?
Guess that wasn't the right thing to show him. Was dann? Die Statue? Right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourselves. Right. Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off? Yeah, I guess so. Say, how about dinner on me? We'll drink a toast to innocent butts. Yeah. Oh, speaking of Harry. You were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him. Yeah, part at least. You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks? Würde mich allerdings auch mal interessieren, ehrlich gesagt. And so, my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends. But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay us, unless you count the clock he gave Mia." I didn't know it then. But that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident. And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. The end. Foreshadowing gossip.